Welcome to Legion's Lair. I'm Nate Armstrong.
And I am Brad Jones, brother of Bjorngo.
And I am Mike Casper, the Emir. Welcome, everybody, to the Legion's Lair. We have Nate Armstrong, not to be confused with Nate Strong, which I believe, Brad, you were pulling up pictures of Nate Strong.
So, unless we're at Legion's Con, in which case I should always be confused for Nate Strong and he for me. If I lose my sweatshirt, you should definitely return it to him. And then gives us an excuse to hang out, you know?
It's kind of a compliment because he's wealthy Nate. So, I mean, it's royalty.
Yeah, I noticed I don't get a parenthesis. You know, it's just Nate Armstrong. There's no...
Yeah, I asked Nate Strong to adopt me, but he never did. I'll have to bother him about that again.
Or like Heidi Bowles officially now knows that I'm Brad Jones and not Nate.
Oh, wow.
Because
stepped up in the world.
Yeah, remember at PowerCon we were introduced that way. I think you were Trevor, Mike, right?
I think I was Trevor.
He said you were Trevor and I was Nate, and she didn't know. She didn't know any better, and she goes, "Oh, okay, bye, Nate and Trevor," and walked away. And I go, "Dude, she really thinks that's us."
I think we all need to get, as a society, more comfortable with correcting one another and being honest and being like, "Hey, I am sorry, I do not know your name." Yep, we've met 4 times. Don't know it.
I did that at Legion's Con last year, and I felt horrible because I knew the guy.
Yeah.
I was in the moment, and I'm like, but it was one of them things where it's like, yeah, it was late at night, I just forgot, Yeah. I knew it, but as soon as he said it, I'm like, oh, my dummy, I forgot.
So tell us in the chat, what was your most embarrassing moment at Legion's Con? Misnaming somebody.
Oh, God, yeah. Wow.
I wonder if there's people that are like, get certain people mixed up. I have done that actually, but not to their face. Right?
Actually, here, pop into the chat and tell me if I have called you Bob and your real name is Jake. Let me know. Let's get this square while I'm here and while you're here.
That would be horrible, but yeah. At that time, please say, Brad, that is not my name. My name is this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and when you have a table there and people come up and talk to you, you talk back to them. And I remember looking at Brad after they had left, and I go, now, who is that? Because, I mean, I've done that plenty of times, but I haven't officially met the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike is, and I usually know that person. There's only been a couple times where I'm like,
he does.
I think, and you're like, how do you know that? Because what's the old man Santos, and he's like,
yes,
and I was like, it's old man Santos, man, come on.
I know, yeah, now I know.
Like, he's been at like every con, come on.
Yeah,
good times though. Rob says, in the beginning of my mythic journey, I thought Nate Strong and Nate Armstrong were the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
there you go.
This, Nate, how old are you? Because I think you're significantly younger than Strong.
I wouldn't say significantly. I'm 47.
Okay.
Yeah,
you are younger, probably by about 7-8 years.
Yeah, well, when you get this old, that's not that long,
I will say though, Nate does wear that same style hat. I swear I've seen Nate wear it. I swear I've seen him.
I think I've caught him in 1 or 2. What's fun though is like when I go to dinner with people that I know very well and I'm not wearing the hat, and they will do the double. They'll be like, "Oh shit, I've been talking to you for 5 minutes and I didn't recognize you." So
that hat is a staple for you.
Yeah. Doctor told me a few years ago, you need to start wearing hats, buddy. Scalp of yours is a lot of abuse.
Gotcha. So what kind of a hat is that? What's the name for it?
I think we just call it a cap. We just call it a cap.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or a Boston cap, maybe.
In
Nice.
high school, all the cool gangsters wore those, and they were made by a company called Kangol, and it was so cool to have one of those hats with the little Kangol symbol in the front.
Wow.
And then you would turn it around, and then you were really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I grew up in Maine, and fashion doesn't come to us until like 5 or 6 years later. So,
I gotcha.
Oh, Maine's beautiful.
It is, but you got to be very comfortable in your jeans and plaid. And that's like the epitome of your style right there.
Gotcha.
Oh my God. Joe Issaquah, Nate Strong, and Trevor are the same person. They do have the same birthdays. But Chris Johnson says Pete McCarthy referred to me as Chris James on Legion Ladies. I mean, I guess Chris is a very common name, so I can see.
Pete McCarthy also referred to us as you were Brad Pitt, I was Tom Cruise. We can see where he can make the mistake.
Yeah. It's funny because usually, when I have hair, I have brown hair before I went gray and white, and I usually have a goatee, which I shaved. I look like a baby now. But I was somewhere and somebody was talking to me, and me and my brother do look alike, but my brother doesn't wear glasses, and he has a little flat top, and he has black hair. And someone said, "Hey, where's your brother Brad at?" And I said, "Did you think you were talking to Brian?" And he was like, "Dude, whoa, because it was just, it was one of them things where, But yeah, I get it. Things happen. And there's a lot of people in the community, and there's 7,000 people in the cabal now. So
that's what I was gonna say. There are a lot of us, and we don't look dissimilar as a group. There's a lot of
now. Normally when you go to cons, everybody wears black shirts. That's it's usually the thing. I know you would
got a cabal shirt on.
I was wearing my memorial shirt, tap out, because I'm a douche. But my thing.
What's in the news, guys?
News? We always have plenty of news. I guess I can pull this up. We still have in-stock sale going on.
Isn't this crazy? Like I haven't been in there in a couple of days, but some of the stuff that is still available,
everything is almost.
It just blows my mind. And like, like I could use.
I'm surprised these two are there. Really, these two.
Yes,
right?
I am too. I'm hoping, guys, I haven't got a barbarian yet. So I'm hoping when they do the sale on the barbarians that they last a good long while too. I hope there's enough stock. I don't think that'll probably be the case. I think they'll be gone within 15 minutes of the sale.
You didn't have any, no mules? No mules? You didn't call up a mule?
I did, Brad, but they said only one strictly. They only brought like 90 to
Yeah.
And
I was ready to go, and somebody said, I think it was Chris Johnson that actually said not Chris James, Chris Johnson at Muskegon. He saw, he was obviously having a very tasteful eye and saw a few Mythic Legion boxes behind the counter of, the barbarian, and said, "Hey, there's only 96 barbarians." He did the math, and I was like thinking, but you never know. They could have other barbarians in other boxes. I was trying to play the devil's advocate a little bit, but he was right, and they only had 96, so they went within the first hour.
That's still a good number. We've street teamed. Wolf King has street teamed a couple of times and only had 24.
Oh yeah. Now I was shocked because I thought they were. I thought the line was going to be long after he said that. So I went down super early in the morning, and it was like a handful of people. And I said, I'm going to eat breakfast. So, so I did. So when I came back, there was just another handful of people, and I didn't even go back to my original spot. I just got back into the line and said, screw it. So
yeah, I don't know if people have gotten better at time management or if there just isn't the number of people who are flocking for that early morning show anymore. But it is definitely you can get through the line and get the good stuff and usually go back through nowadays, and it's more relaxed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, once that was gone, I mean, there were still quite a few good figures to choose from that they had brought. But that was the main one everybody wanted. But
that barbarian figure is so good. I just hope they made enough stock, because people want multiples. I mean, just looking at it, you want one for He-Man, you want one for Conan, you want another one, you know. So most people are going to want 3. I just don't know. I hope they thought about that. And I would say that what do you have here? You made a lion. Oh my gosh, look at this. Wow. What is the chess piece?
The chess is a Noble Bear piece.
Okay.
That he doesn't make anymore and doesn't have the file for anymore. And I bought it 4 years ago and was like, perfect.
Unbelievable.
So he's working.
It's going to be for sale at your table.
This was commissioned.
Commissioned. Okay.
That was commissioned.
Damn you,
But that was my first barbarian. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, I needed bare knees. Like I was on the hunt that day for bare knees, and there was the only figure that had it was the Skull Man. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to get that Skull Man, and then boom,
legendary.
Released that day.
Yeah.
So pretty pumped.
Well, so I think my chance of getting the legendary barbarian obviously is going to be the only con I get to this year, Legion's Con. But I do believe, and Anthony Halseal said this on New to Mythics today. I do believe that the female barbarian, legendary barbarian, will be the con figure this year. Where last year it was the Ninian, the year before it was Valiant Knight. And of course, it will be on the bigger buck. It will be on the Nave body, I would think. And they said come with red, brown, and yellow hair for the female too. I can see that happening.
I could see that happening. Before I was going to say no. That can't possibly be. It's probably going to be something that references the wave that they're announcing. But I think you're right. I think there's a possibility.
I think that is just right on the nose, because I mean, they already in the males, the legendary barbarian's bio already talked about the female.
Okay.
And all that. So I think that's going to happen unless Nate and Brad, unless they decide, hey, how about the con exclusive figure next year being this female? You know, that could. So we'll see.
See that, though. Yeah. And I mean, if they do that, they better be on the 1.0. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
So what do we think G-Con's going to be about, guys? We have no clue because it's widening the map.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't even know, because so far I didn't expect anything out of last year's wave, like other than the dragon was this is probably going to happen. I just don't know how to read them anymore. I really don't. Like,
no, it's hard to.
Like, are we gonna go under the sea? Am I gonna get some mermen? You know, like what's
yeah. Oh yeah.
Where are we going? And like, yeah, because paint's everywhere. Like, you know, we got these other continents to explore. So how are you gonna get there? Are we now gonna have some seafaring folk? Are we gonna, you know, give me a boat? Give me a 4-foot.
Give me a boat.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. We get Infinite Legions. They've got to do Legacies of Mythos at some point, and that's going to be a mini wave. That'll probably be 3 figures. Infinite Legions could be 1, 2, 3, most likely 1. We need a Cosmic Wave. We need the 3rd Thraxon or wave. And then G-Con, you have the big Mythic Wave. You're going to have a couple more figure Obscuras. What else do we think's on the horizon other than that stuff? I don't know if they have any other time. Because that was a lot right there.
And I'm okay with that. Like these little surprise drops, awesome. You know, we have our schedule. And it's pretty full. And I don't know, my wallet's tied up. So yeah. I think I'm okay with the number of waves and stuff we have coming. What frustrates me is that I always say, oh, maybe I'll sit X or Y or Z out. And then I end up ordering 2 instead of sitting it out.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I've ordered too much so far this year with the in-stock sale, the Armory stuff. It was just a good deal.
Yeah.
So
and
how do you not do that?
It's exciting. You get to, you know, there aren't that many Goblin Bucks out there right now. So I'm like, oh, great. I can buy a bunch of Swigs. They're reasonably priced, and I can chop them up and turn them into all kinds of things. So,
question. Well, how many did you have a Swig entered into the contest last year?
I did have one. Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning on bringing the same one back, or are you going to add to that as well?
I don't think he still exists. I think I already took him apart.
Have to make a new one.
That one was sort of like, all right, this is fun and funny, but I need these legs.
I need your legs.
I need your legs, man. You give
me your legs now.
So I took his legs and arms.
I need your legs and your arms and your motorcycle now.
If you would like my Swig's torso, tail, and head, you can have it. You know,
well, let me ask you this. Do you do something like Curtis does where he stocks up on figures for customizing, or do you, when you come up with an idea, then search out what you need?
It's a little column A, column B, because I've got a whole closet right there that is my just in case closet, and it's exactly what you're talking about with Curtis, where it's just figures that I know are useful, and so I will buy quite a few of them, and they are in there. And some of them are mixed in with like, this is my only copy of this thing as well that I haven't opened up. And so I'm supposed to use that stuff first before buying something else.
Yeah.
Even if it is my last one and only copy, because there are people out in the world that are doing the complete collection thing. And so I don't have to be one of those guys, right? Like I can come over to your house. I can see your collection. I don't have to do that in order to be a part of the community. I can skip a few. I can tear something apart that I thought I wanted forever, and now I don't really need it. So
nice.
I hope that answers your question. I try not to do just in case anymore, but I just did. Like I opened up an AS and I was like, oh no, it's my last one. oh, thank God there's this in stock sale. So I ordered 2 more just in case because it's a good body. But it's like at some point you got to stop doing that.
And it's a good price.
It's a very good price.
Yeah. Well, guys, we also had come in. I got 2 All-Star 6 all-ins. Did you guys get any of the All-Star 6 figures in?
No, I did a teeny tiny order. And then I have an all-in coming from Wolfgang. So
sweet.
Yeah. Just have, what is it? Thrasis or Thrasis or Thor's Thrasis.
The
him,
first prison.
The Skull Pack, and I'm blanking on his name. The Brown Knight that Joe did. That's very awesome. And his name
is Andrew.
Andrew, thank you. Such a simple name too. So I have that coming. And that's it until I get my all in August, which is a bummer.
What about you, Brad? Any in yet?
I'm waiting for Big Bad Toy Store. I didn't do an all in because I didn't need all those figures because I have them, the All-Star figures. So
yeah,
I just need the figures that were.
Oh, that's smart then. Yeah. Nice.
I didn't have any. That was a wave of All-Stars where I didn't have a single one. So I was like, ooh, okay, this is a nice pickup for me, but
I will.
Gorthok. I did get Gorthok because he's the Pinocchio leg. So,
because
I'd like to replace him.
What was the wave with the
Shadow Covenant?
Covenant
of Shadow.
Yeah, was the loose leg wave because my deluxe knight from the Covenant of Shadow, his hips are a little loosey. God, I forgot what. All-Star 6. I opened up one all-in and phenomenal. I mean, great wave again to come on the ass end of Necronominus. The knights in it, phenomenal. The skeletons, phenomenal. The only thing that I was a little shocked at, and I give Four Horsemen their due. Great company. I mean, boom, boom, boom. But this one thing, the heads pack, it's not the bone. It's not the standard bone color. It's close, but it isn't. It's definitely lighter than the standard bone color, and it's just annoying to my eye.
When you say lighter than the standard bone color, do you mean the new?
You mean the original skeleton
is the standard bone color?
Oh, okay.
So the heads pack was supposed to be the standard bone color, and it's just I think the factory got it just a little bit wrong to where you can tell when you put the head on the difference in the colors, and it's just annoying to my eye.
Yeah.
When I do that.
So just a little black wash or
phenomenal. And I mentioned it on Legion's Lounge and they didn't really see it. So I don't know if I just have a bad heads pack or what. But when they were putting the heads on their figures, I could tell that the heads were lighter than the actual bodies. So I think it's a standard thing all the way around. But everything else they said was going to be standard bone color is spot on. Scally's the same, all that.
Because the Skeleton Legion Builder 1 does match. Doesn't it match?
No. No. The standard bone color came out in Necronominus. So all the Necronominus skeletons have the standard bone color.
So, okay.
And also,
okay.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer that the head pack was the color was a little lighter than what it should have been standard.
Dave seems to agree with you. He says, "Damn, Mike, I thought the same thing on the color. I thought
it's definitely not the standard bone color. I don't care who says what; it's not. But
basically, this would
a factory mistake.
So you think this would affect putting the head?
It does. I had a lot of pop and swap ideas because I love skeleton, especially with the head packs. And it's kind of like a bummer that, I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong. It works. You take those heads, you put them on the bodies, it works. But it's definitely not the same color.
It would work better if you had more of your like armored torso, where there's some like space in between the two colors where you may.
That could be. It's just.
But them being right on top of one another. Yeah.
A lot of people probably wouldn't bother. For me, it bothers me. So I don't know how much popping and swapping I'm going to be doing with the heads pack now. I'll be doing a lot of popping and swapping with the Necronomicus figures themselves.
Now, I think Big Bad said August for.
I think it's mid-August.
But I think it's going to be before that because people. I mean, I think. Yeah, I just think it'll be before that. I think as long as Four Horsemen get all their stuff out, then they'll give Big Bad the go to release early, probably. But I don't think they can't release theirs until they've shipped all theirs out. So it just depends on how the warehouse does. And I think they'll get it out pretty soon. I would say the next month or two.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
It's tough because, I mean, I don't know. I haven't asked the guys how they're doing with both running the in-stock sale and having this come in. Just seems like a lot for one team to handle, but they're doing it.
Yeah,
one of my in-stock orders already.
Yeah, Greg fills me in on some stuff sometimes, so what's going on. But they I from what I hear, the all-ins seem obviously pretty. They're all ready to go. So
yeah, and they're out there in the world. People are enjoying them. How's that dwarf skelly? I forgot how excited I should be about that.
It's all the figures are just wonderful. Let's put it this way: the Four Horsemen are masters at their craft. Every damn figure in the Necronomicus wave, every damn figure in All Stars 6, phenomenal. I will say one thing with the reissues in All Star 6, the paint on Sir Ignatius is vastly different. The gold, especially the golds on him, vastly different, but it looks fantastic.
Yeah, so it's different in a better way.
Yeah, I mean the old one's beautiful.
Oh yeah, the pearl on.
So
now I'm interested to see one in hand. So, but
you completionists can do that. You can grab your old one and
the
new one.
It's the golds on this new Sir Ignatius. I mean, are just vibrant. Boom. Where on the old one, it's not even close to being as vibrant.
We've seen that time and time, even with the Barbarian Legion builder. I mean, how many? It's been done 3 times, and I think they has 3 skin tones on each one. Technically, I want to say, isn't it? Or the first 2 are similar, and then one's.
Oh yeah, they all. I mean, when you get a reissue, you're not going to have the exact same.
The reinforcement Barbarian actually looks like a white guy. Where the old one actually looks like a tan tone, a brownish, almost like Atlas has that like.
Well, and I think it makes it fun.
Yeah, it's different. Well, it's not the exact same; it's different. So
we got the All Stars, blind box thing to end All Stars. Faunus is different, especially in the face. I think the old Faunus is vastly superior with the paints to the new Faunus.
That's one I could do a comparison of. I have the old one and the new one.
Yeah, look at the faces. I think you'll see a big difference.
Stoke agrees, I guess. He says, for me, I put the head on Tuberculi and the head on Maxilius torso, and I can barely see the difference, but I agree it's a scorch lighter. Now, Nate, you said something about maybe adding a wash. So that's probably something that even somebody could do.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, washes are definitely one of the, well, no, I mean, I was about to say they're one of the easiest things to do in customizing, but like you can overwash, you can underwash, you can like, it's you have to be there with your paper towel or your these little pointed this is not pointed anymore. I use it too much.
Yeah.
I like those little pointed Q-tips for just getting in there and getting a little tiny, like in the corners.
Well, there might be a way to even, if it annoyed somebody, they possibly could fix that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the pointed ones.
Pointed, yeah, so that you can get into the little nooks and suck it up.
Like, I bought a Q-tip tray one time, and they actually came with Q-tips, and they had those in there, and I was afraid to use them. I think they threw them away because I was like, why would you put these spears in your ear?
No, you do not put them in your ear. They will puncture your eardrum, but you definitely put them on your toys when they've got too much pain.
Well, I thought that was weird that they would put those Q-tips in the Q-tip holder as they were selling it. Like it's like, and I'm like,
yeah,
I thought it was for like a bathroom, but now that you say that, I'm like, maybe this was like an art thing that like
it might have been an art thing,
or in the store, and they just put it in the wrong section. I'm like, oh look, a Q-tip holder, cool.
Look, man, I've only done my makeup like a few times, but maybe getting like an extra point would help with some eyeshadow. I don't know.
But what are Q-tips used for? Because they sure aren't ears. Because all you do is shove the wax in deeper.
You know, that's what people say, but I just don't think they have the skills. I do like a nice
you got to swoop.
Yeah, there's a swoop and drag, and you got to like really know where your drum is at, so you're not jamming into it. But I don't know. Feel pretty good about
your skills when it comes to the Q-tip.
You got the ear skills, Michael. You got to get in there.
Guys, we have something. Well, okay, so what if Arnold busted his eardrum?
I did it a couple times. Once on the set of Total Recall when I was losing oxygen.
I couldn't hear a goddamn thing.
Should have listened to Nate.
My eyeballs were bouncing out.
Guys, we do have something coming the 6th of June, and that is finally Infinite Legions.
I don't think I hadn't that ready, sorry.
And Infinite Legions is going to be a collaboration. The first Infinite Legion drop will be a collaboration between O'Neill Designs, Matt Dowdy, his Faden figure. So what they're going to do is take his Faden figure and bring it into the Legions build system. Now, what Infinite Legions is going to consist of with the sale drop, that's anybody's guess. We were talking earlier. We thought maybe one figure. Nate said possibly, you could see 2 or 3 versions of Faden. You don't know. We still don't know what that's going to be like. Any ideas, guys, other than that?
Yeah, I think that my hope, not my prediction, it's probably going to be some a mug and a pin and all that jazz to go with it. But my hope would be a couple of companion figures, right?
Yeah.
We're told, oh, you're getting Faden, but then here's a couple of other figures from the line, so it doesn't feel lonely on the shelf. That's my hope. But, I mean, it's anybody's guess where this line is actually going to go and how big it's going to be.
Yeah. I'm kind of lost on this one because I don't really know much. I mean, none of us know much, but I don't know.
I will say that if no one knows Matt Dowdy, go to the Dork Lair YouTube channel. He had an like a 3-hour or 2.5-hour interview with Matt, and that dude is a great guy. Everybody should watch that. They'll be big fans of his by the end. After watching that, I was like, oh, I hope and pray that the 4 Horsemen then give Odell Designs now the ability to make some of their figures, their IP, in the Glios build system. What up, Greg?
Hey, Greg.
Greg.
That's my hope there. We'll see if that ever plays out, because I would love to carry around a glioscapular in my pocket.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, right? Like the exchange, courtesy of the,
That would be awesome, man. Awesome. So if you're listening, Four Horsemen, and you don't already have that in the idea folder, throw it in.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it in. You could use an app. Use a glioscapular atlas. The Dark Four.
You just want legions in every scale, is what you're saying.
I mean, let's not go too big because they get expensive. Although we are going sideshow, and I need a sideshow scapular, the Crypt Breaker. So
I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
In fact, I mean, that might even be the ones they do right off the bat.
I would think the ones right off the bat would most likely be the Dark Four. But who knows?
I mean, but Atlas and Scapular would be kick-ass
to
get sideshows like that right off the bat.
Am I den here to have a sideshow Scapular?
I don't know what they'll cost. Sideshow.
I don't care. $500. It's going to be.
I want to just see it. I mean, like when we went to StatueCon, just being in that room with all those statues was kind of cool. It's different. So,
yeah. So, but guys, we got to get into this interview. We have not even got into the interview. So, hey, we have Nate Amstrong here, who is an absolutely mind-blowing customizer within the Legions community. Him, Emil Wickman, Eric, you have all these guys that are just mind-blowing. And the stuff I saw you do, Nate, I saw your table, you, Pat Boyle, at Legions Con, your stuff was insane. The Scooby-Doo stuff. I mean, didn't you do Moby Dick too?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
In fact,
do we have pictures, Brad?
Well, I was about to say, I actually had this ready. This is my favorite. I don't know why. I love Velma, so like when I saw this, I was like immediately like, yes, I love this. And it was so good and so spot on. Like seriously.
You never know which one is gonna hit, right? Like I thought Scooby was the jam. I thought everybody was gonna lose their bananas over Scooby, and it was Velma. Like all day long. I should have mass-produced Velmas. It's just.
Oh my God! You use Anubis as Scooby. That is. So
I know he did so good on all of them. I mean, like literally, these are amazing. But don't get me wrong, Scoob is amazing, and he's
right. No. I hear you. No, like she is. Can I say this? She's the tits. I mean, she's like the best. Like,
yeah. When there's and I hate to say this, that my wife's in the other room. When there's a big boobed Velma meme or something I see, I'm like, yes, I love those. Those are the best.
Like nerdy ladies.
I do with glasses. Yeah. I mean, come on now. I mean,
I was actually like, I love the Vorga torso. I've been having a lot of fun with it. This has not been seen by anybody yet. Hold on. Another use of it.
Oh my! What is that figure? Wow, that is Borear.
Yeah,
I freaking love it.
Oh my God! What is that? What is that a character on? Is that
that is Pigs in Space, Miss Piggy.
I was about to say, I know it's Miss Piggy.
Okay.
To represent lust in my 7 Deadly Hensons series.
Okay, are we gonna get a Kermie?
Yeah, actually, I haven't posted it in the Cabal yet. That actually will probably be tomorrow's adventure, is take photos and put them in there.
in my post I said you were a creative mastermind. That's the word I used, and I think that's a good word because you definitely think outside the box, and it's like,
oh my God, that is so cool.
Are you? So nobody has seen this yet.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram, but like,
okay, it's on your Instagram, guys.
20 people looked at it, so
well,
we're a little late to the part, but the dark hermit meme that was doing the rounds. So this is my envy. Yeah,
it's freaking awesome, dude. I love that because that is like spot on. Like that looks like legit, like the memes of the Darth Vader.
Yeah. So I'm trying to hit these tones, right? If I can get one of the colors right, then it'll trigger it in your brain. And if I can get, one of the facial features right, then you'll be like, okay, I can buy it as that guy. Because I'm never going to hit it one for one, or I'm taking Mythic Legions and turning them into these other things. So it's really just if I can get that one color that triggers your brain. I feel like I got the green.
Nice.
Now, before that, you were doing I'm trying to scroll back to it. You were doing like this one. Like I guess I got to share it. There we go. This one. Like the Alice in Wonderland stuff was amazing. And anyone that was at the cons, at Legion's Con, and actually got to see these in person, like when I saw this, I was thinking, wow, like I would have never thought to do that. And it worked perfectly.
Never. That's awesome.
Which literally strikes me as odd because you guys have a lot of figures and I assume you tear some of them apart.
Oh, yes. Yeah. But I would never think, I would put all these torsos together and make a caterpillar. Like and then do it exactly like it is in the animated cartoon. So I mean, it's.
I missed this one. That was the first thing I sold.
These were all great. I mean, like this, but I just clicked on this one little post you did, but. Let's see here. There was one this one here. The
Lady Cluck.
The Lady Cluck. And she is spot on. I mean, if you've watched Robin Hood, the Disney Robin Hood, I mean, this is spot on. So I love these.
I've looked at these weird things that I did, like the crotch piece as the part of the habit, just those two.
I see. Yeah.
And I can't remember.
It actually means these are those actual bird arms?
I think those were planetary dog toys.
Okay. I was about to say, because man, I mean, it seems like you go all out. If you need the part, you're using it.
Sometimes I'm forced to sculpt, and that's not always great. But yeah, if I can avoid sculpting, then I will. I didn't have to do any sculpting here.
Like this, like these are probably parts that you had laying around, and you made it into what you needed it to be, and that is exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was frustrating, because I thought I was gonna have to scale is important to me too.
No doubt.
And this doesn't scale, right? He's way too big. But it was gonna be a cattail was gonna get turned into Hiss. And that would definitely have not has been much fun for me. It wouldn't have looked cool. It would barely be Mythic Legions. And it's like, so the challenge of trying to find all of the parts within Mythic Legions is what I'm into.
Yeah. Gotcha. I mean, that was all that stuff. I'm glad I got to see it in person. Like, to see it online is one thing, and it's amazing in your displays and how you take pictures of it. But to see, just like Eric Miller stuff, he posts it. It's like when you see these customizer stuff in person, and that's what I think the con is really all about.
Yeah, it's jaw dropping to stop by Eric or Emil's table and or Arthas and Giovanni Bly, like all of these guys who their work looks really nice, and some of them are really good at taking photos that do show their work pretty well. I always feel like, and I'm a professional videographer, and I'm not good at taking toy photos. So it's frustrating to me where I'm just like, man, I've got these things that translate pretty well when you look at them in person, but this photo looks like hot.
No, I think you do. I think you do well. Even the count, like the new, like the Sesame Street stuff you did, the Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. Oh man, I
dig
all that one up
here.
So
this guy, I mean, like,
oh my goodness,
like that is a
sloghead. Wow.
Yeah, a little slog head, blocked, which
is
a shame.
The flocking on it looks great.
Yeah, it did come out pretty nice, but it like the paint job underneath that flocking was like mwah, and then I covered it up. I just spent a ton of time painting it, and then I covered it up. But
I mean, it's just great.
Oh god!
And I'm glad I went
trash can the parapet.
But yeah, I'm really glad I went the extra mile on that parapet. Because
it's oh my god, and there's
was that
Grover.
Like
Grover.
Cookie Monster. Gluttony.
And there's the count.
Greed.
Yeah. These are like, dude, seriously, like those are great. Like,
thank you.
Wow.
I love it.
So I wish I could do something normal. Like it'd be fun.
I mean, I'm not saying that's not your thing, but I
like set you apart. You and Emil.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. You guys go way out there on social. I mean, who would think about making Mythic Legion Sesame Street, Scooby Doo, stuff like that? That's wow.
And Nate, I was gonna say, we named Nate or Emil and Eric and that, but you're right there with them. I mean, your table is literally right there with all of the big name customizers. Your booth is set up awesome.
I'm going to challenge
Wolf King. Yeah, I mean
I owe that to Len and Wolf King, right? Like I would not have displayed period in the early days when he first invited me. I definitely felt like I didn't belong there. And then it was just like really amazing to have people come by and do that double take at the table and be like, oh, is that Winnie the Pooh? Like
Now real quick, but before Mike asks this question, if you remember what it was 2 years ago, you had a certain maybe edible arrangement on your display.
Yeah.
That was like, and I think a lot of people were double taking at that as well, because a lot of people were like, oh yeah, that looks real. You kind of walked away, and then it's like, it is.
Yeah. I have a lot of hobbies, right? So I like to pull from all of my hobbies. And if I grow a beautiful plant with interesting structure, then that should be a diorama, right?
It was perfect.
Yeah. And New Jersey is a lovely place for something like that. So
you were not in the wrong. You were totally in the limits of what you were doing, I feel like. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, so a weird shift happened a couple of years ago, because I've been doing this now, I want to say for like 4 years, maybe 5, being more than just a collector and trying to make art. And about 2 years ago, that switch did happen where I was like, oh, this isn't, just my hobby or whatever. I'm making art. So that diorama was intended to, push some buttons, push some boundaries, you know, like make some people mad, make some people happy. Like,
I think it was the best thing you could have possibly done. It was great. And then what you did at the end, and you kind of like was like, here, you know, like,
yeah. Well, I'm
take it
not
home with you.
part of my, I was gonna say with my hobbies, I don't sell what I create, but I have been selling Legions. But yeah, I don't sell the stuff from my other hobbies, and yeah,
so darn good. I love them all. They were some of my favorite pieces at Legion's Con. I agree, Greg. Totally agree.
Thank you.
Totally agree.
Yeah, that was fun. And again, like that wasn't my idea. I probably would have gotten around to them eventually, but my buddy Mark Ryan said, "Hey, what would you think about doing Robin Hood?" And we just talked about it. I was like, "Man, that's a pretty it's a comprehensive movie. Like, there's a lot of characters in there. Like, what are you thinking?" And he was like, "All of them." So I was just like, "Okay, giddy up.
All of them.
Let's make a movie, basically."
It's like what's that movie Vacation, where he drives off in the desert and then he gets the 4 flat tires
It's
fixed.
Summer Vacation.
And he asks how much it costs, and he goes, "All of it, boy." How much you got?
So what created this creative outlet for you with customizing? You said you started about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was really into the goblins, and there just weren't that many of them.
True.
So going to conventions, I would see Wolf King there, and then I went to the Legion's Con that was in like the cafeteria setup.
Oh yeah. So you were okay. So that was 21, right?
Yeah.
So you were there.
Yeah, I was there in the flesh.
Wow. And you had a table?
No. I was just looking at.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And not saying hi to a single person. Like,
okay, you probably walked by me and Mike and had no idea.
You didn't realize that there was a community, really, per se. Prior to that one, I had seen the Wolf King small table at like 1 or 2 shows, and chatted with Pat Boyle, who at that point was, just a stranger to me, a little bit. And I just wanted some goblin heads. And I was very proud of the one goblin custom I had made. And then I walked around and it was like, oh my God, the possibilities here are endless. Like, look at the work that some of these guys are putting out. So it was and this story I've told a few times, but it came down to seeing Emil's Hulk, where he took a troll and cut it up and put green stuff on it. And that simple, I say simple, but the bravery of taking $120 pallet and turning it into something else gave us all permission to do the same thing. It's like, wait, I can take a scalpel to these things? And that was a problem for me, because the paint jobs on these are amazing, and the sculpting is amazing, and you want me to mess with that?
Yeah.
So, that's so cool though, to think that, like, when I walked in that room, I had no idea what I was about to get into. It's great to hear other people have that same experience. Like, they walk into that little bingo hall, and like you said, it was a cafeteria. It's this little teeny tiny cafeteria in a bingo hall next to some VFW or whatever it is, I don't know, police thing. And that first row, I think when you first walked in and went to the right, it was a meal. My wife's gonna kill me. I think Wolf King was down on the end before you got to the horseman table.
Jeremy Gerard was down there too.
Yeah, and he was down there. So that first row was like the big heavy hitters that you knew about. And then like out in the other rows were kind of the up and coming customizers. But it's so great to hear that, like, even Jesse Arnold and Sean Scavarna are walking around. Nobody knows who they are, and nobody knows. I mean, I remember seeing Jesse and Sean and kind of just not knowing who they are, but recognize them.
Yep.
And later on, but like it's funny because I can almost see you in that hat somewhere in the background. And
Yeah,
like I said, it was a very small venue. I mean, so
Yeah.
it was very, very small.
In, out. I went up to Len's table and I was like, oh, I want this, 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 and this. And I was like, can you hold it for me? I'm going to go to the cash machine. And I ran to the cash machine and they were out of cash.
Oh,
probably because of Ish.
Yeah, probably. Came back and I was able to arrange a barter with him. And then he's like, and here, take this shirt, and here, take this, and it was that like welcome to the community, like, oh, I can't wait to see what you do with these parts.
Well, yeah, Mike came back and he goes, here, I got a t-shirt for you. And I go, he goes, yeah, I asked one for you too. And I go, who gave you a shirt to give to me? Because I just, that's unheard of.
Right.
I'm like, they gave you a shirt and they gave me a shirt and let you walk away with 2 shirts. Oh yeah, the Wolf King table. Yeah, he said you were cool. It was all good. And I'm like, this is like, I hadn't even been to the table yet, and I was already getting a shirt. So like, yeah I went over to that table just because of that.
Yeah, the generosity in the whole community. Like, Len's a standout. I love the guy. He's one of the most generous guys in the world. But like, the community also is just, it's a different community, and it's breed, it is. I don't know what you guys came from before this. What toy lines were you into prior to?
Mike was Star Wars, so you probably like got some crazy fans.
Classics. I do different things, but the Motu classics, Motu's what got me into Legions. Mm-hmm. That might be a better question for you, Nate. So we got into the customizing. You got there at Legions Con 1 or Legions Con 21. And that really kicked off the customizing scene and meals work and all that. What actually got you into Legions, 4 Horsemen product?
I came from collecting Transformers and would go to the New Jersey Toy Con to help my buddy Hawk Transformers t-shirts that he designs. And I would see the 4 Horsemen table there in a giant line. And, eventually I was just like, hey, Mike, what's going on with that line? And he's like, oh, these guys are at all the shows now. And they always have a line like that. He's like, you'd probably be into it. And I walked over there and I was like, oh, I saw the Kickstarter for one of these. I wanted one of these skeletons. I was like, fine, I'll get in the line. And got in the line, went through. I talked Eric's ear off for, probably 10 minutes about Transformers and how cool of a line Transformers are. And I assumed he was a guy just like me, like maybe like Today Cookie. Like maybe he works in the shipping department or something. I had no idea who this guy was. And he, he does what he does. He gave me the time of day. And he walked me through the line and he was like, this is what we have here. And it was a bunch of Advent of Decay stuff. And they had just sold out of Brother Mandibulus. And so they had no skeletons. That's all I wanted. I was like, fine, I will try out your toy line, not knowing that it's your toy line. And got a King Noglin.
Nice.
Went back to the table, opened him up, and I was just like, this thing doesn't move at all. And I went back to the table and I was like, are these supposed to move? He's like, yeah, it's got 36 points of articulation. Warm it up a little bit. It'll be fine. And I gave it another shot. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Look at this thing. Look at all these parts. And I started just pop the cape on, pop pauldrons on. It was love at first goblin.
Oh,
so your first figure was his son's tribute figure, and you were talking to the guy and didn't even know he owned the company.
Yeah.
That is great.
Nope. Didn't know for quite some time.
He probably loved it that you grabbed his son's tribute as your first figure.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
I want to say Eric wore a mask back then too. I want to say
he did
at
have a
Legion's
mask
Con
on.
20. You probably didn't even see half his face, probably because he had a mask on.
Well, this would have been pre 20. So like my first
pre 20.
It was 2019 when I bought.
Oh, 2019.
Yeah. At a New Jersey con.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was thinking it was 2021 for some reason.
Yeah, no, 2019, and I was still going to conventions happily prior to like a couple of years of being terrified of people. But we got through it. We got through it.
We did. So what got you into adult action figure collecting?
Went to hang out with my friend from high school who she was a couple years older than me. Right after, I think it was right after my freshman year of college, and we were hanging out. She was like, I got this new boyfriend. Do you want to go to Toys R Us? I want to like get him some, I want to get some art supplies and make him a thing. Sure. And I walked and saw that they were making, this was 1998. So saw that they were making Beast Wars Transformers. And it was like, oh my God, they're still making Transformers and they're animals now? That's cool. So I bought one and didn't buy another one for like, 6, 7, 8 months. And I was like, I can get one more. And I got the one more. And, now I've got hundreds and hundreds of Transformers downstairs, and it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross, but
pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. But and I've been single for most of my life until 10 years ago, and so that leaves you with that disposable income. And I didn't think I had to prepare for any kind of future because I was kind of a play hard, rock hard kind of guy, and so if I wanted something, I bought it. Didn't matter how much it was, as long as I had that money in my account. And I'm a little bit more responsible now, as we tend to be in our older age. But
yeah,
that was it. Just having a cool experience with my friend Andrea and transforming toys, man. Transforming toys.
They are more than meets the eye. I will say that
they are. They are so much fun.
What was your Legion's Con 2024 experience like?
A whirlwind. It's always too fast. I always bring too much stuff and think I don't have enough, right? Like, so then there's not enough space. I'm sharing a table with Pat, and like, God bless the guy. Like, he definitely looks and goes, okay, you know what? I can move my stuff over a little bit further, so you can get your giant whale. Oh no, am I still frozen?
Nope, you're back, buddy.
You're good.
All right.
You're good.
So it just goes really fast. I didn't get around to nearly as many tables as a vendor. It stinks, right? Like, anytime I left, I was leaving Pat there to
feel bad.
And then I come back and I give him a tour, and he's only gone for 10, 20 minutes and comes back. And then I'm like, well, now I feel bad that I was gone for 3 hours. But also very cool. Like, people walk by, and I thought my big thing was going to be Moby Dick. They were definitely more drawn to the Scooby-Doo stuff, but they would walk by the Moby Dick and they'd be like, is that the audio book playing? And so like the whole immersive experience of it was like, it was fun for me to put together and to see people react to it.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
How excited are you for Legion's Con 2025? And are you and Pat going to be at the same table again?
Yeah, I would imagine that we'll probably double up again. And those tables are at a premium, and as much as like both Pat and I obviously have enough stuff to do our own tables, if not a couple, but that means somebody else doesn't get to bring anything. So Pat and I will share.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it is amazing how many people walk up to me and say, I love the wood stuff you do. And I go, no, that's Pat. And then people will walk up to Pat and be like, I love your Moby Dick. And he's like, no, that's Nate. So I look like this. Pat has a bigger beard, and it is glorious.
That says you shouldn't feel bad. You are the best table mate, Nate. Oh, that is nice. That's nice, Pat. Table buddies for life.
We are.
David Luton asked, Maximal or Predacon?
The Predacons are just, I was going to say more interesting, but they're not. It's such a good show. The Beast War, the Maximals actually are interesting. Like Rhinox is an interesting character. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Transformers. Like, I know it's kind of a cop out, but people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite this or that?" And for me, black isn't cool without red, white, blue, orange, and indigo, right? Like you need the differences in order to know what you're looking at. So like when a wave comes out, what's my favorite? The wave. The wave is my favorite.
God, I don't know if I had a favorite when it came to the Beast Wars. I never even thought about that. Interesting.
Dude, that Moby Dick is definitely what made me stop at your table to chat last year, and then the lights went out. Oh, then it was probably all lit up. Everything was probably
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got to bring more lighting. Man, lighting is key at Legions Con.
My friend,
it is.
It is time.
Oh,
it is time. Did you send him the package?
He should have gotten a package with the flame retardant
undies.
Underwear.
Did you get the flame retardant undies in the mail? Nate.
Nice hot seal. You don't have to show us, but
yes. Thank God.
Well, hopefully they were washed from the last guest.
No, they smell good.
Oh, good.
They smell good.
So what temperature are we going to have it at today, my friend?
Let's turn it up super hot, baby.
Oh, my God. You're talking my language, baby.
Let's go 500.
Oh. Damn, you're going to have some hot fun. It's cooking on Gorgo and a troll.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's funny because they're right behind me as well.
I know, yeah.
It's like, hey,
you got the flame everywhere.
Yeah, scapular is there.
Scapular is everywhere.
Okay, my friend, here we go.
I did not want this.
What is your favorite Legion's faction?
Don't have one.
Why?
Don't have one. I don't care. When I'm watching football, I don't care. I don't care who's playing. I just want to see some interesting play.
Oh, wow.
I don't give a. I don't
so
care.
You're like Go Sports, but you're also like Go Mythics.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And I also don't care who you are. Like I'm never gonna know your name. I'm not gonna know your history. Like when you were talking about, when you read the bio, it mentions the female barbarian. I don't know that. I've never read the bio.
Oh, you're missing.
He's like, it wasn't that interesting. I needed that part. I needed that armor.
I needed knees. I needed knees, and I needed boots.
Well, what race? What is your favorite race then? It might be this similar answer.
No, actually, in that case, it's not, because I do have that nostalgia and memory for the goblins. Just
goblins.
Nice.
So, are you a member of the Goblin group?
I am, and I can count the number of posts on one hand.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
The malignancy. Yeah, I'm not a good social media person.
Horrible. We're horrible.
Like every once in a while I'll jump in because it will come up in I will look at the feed in the morning, but I'm just not very good at it. Just don't prioritize it. I prioritize painting or hanging out with my family.
We're horrible. I mean, 31 people are only watching right now, not because of me and Mike, but because you're awesome. They could give
31 people.
Yeah, like, hello, 31 people.
So what race that hasn't been made yet would you like to see? You had mentioned mer people.
I would love mer people. Like, I've been trying to figure out the parts to make mermen for ages, and without grabbing a tail from a Barbie or something, like, there's nothing that I can do right now. So yeah, I would love to see some mermen.
Nice.
I would love to see that. I think, werewolves would be cool, but we're close-ish.
We're real close, yeah.
Now, I don't know if you did hear, though, real quick, I'm butting in, that the Grayskull 2 movie got funded.
Yeah.
The Motu, it did get funded. Now, I watched a video, or there was a clip where they had Val Staples on and they were interviewing him, and he said, this was like last night or 2 nights ago, he said, if this movie or whatever gets funded, this campaign gets funded, I am going to not only do a Power Con in 2026, that it's going to be He-Man themed. Is what he said.
Yep. But I will say this: if we don't know if he's bringing it back to Ohio or not,
he didn't say that. He did.
I'm good with him not bringing it back to Ohio if he doesn't, because we now have Carver Con,
and that's where I was going to go with this. But the only thing I mentioned that is with PowerCon, we always got what? Motu tribute figures.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we did get David Williams, I think, was the last Motu tribute that we've gotten, if I'm correct. So I would like to see, I think we're close to the Merman. I really do. So I'd like to see him pop up soon.
I think everybody wants Merman and Beastman. I just don't think. I think they need more parts. They have a specific idea for them, probably.
I think we've got the parts for Beastman. Like, I'm a little surprised that didn't come out of the Krampus. And
I think
they're waiting on a possible figure obscura parts from Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, stuff like that with him. And I obviously Merman. Eric loves Merman. I think they're waiting for these mer people and mythos to really be able to throw him up.
And if they got to give me mer people, awesome. But I want that fishy tail too, like an articulated fishy tail.
So maybe if at G-Con this year we go outside into the water, we could get some mer type people.
Yep.
Water type people, where the next following year, if there is a Power Con, we get tribute figures and maybe get him.
Yeah.
So, but okay, all right. Could talk about Merman. We're done. Fuck you, Merman! Damn you!
Being so cool all the time, Merman.
Merman was always my baby as a kid. I mean, he was a good kid. He was a good kid.
Oh yeah. So Nate, your 5 favorite Legions figures. They can be figure obscura, they can be cosmic, they can be mythic. 5 to 1 and why?
Ooh, 5 to 1. Yikers. All right. This is a case where you should write this stuff down, folks. 5. just because you said it could be figure obscura, I'm going to go with Marley.
Wow. Okay.
Like it.
Yep. Why? Man, that coat and boots and
Customizer's dream.
All the soft parts, like the cravat. There's just a lot of interesting things going on with him, and plus those giant safes and books,
accessories,
chains,
are great.
Like it was just a slam dunk of a package. And so was Frankenstein's monster, but I'm gonna leave him off. Creature. 4.
I love it that he's looking around. You just, as long as you know what number 1 is, then the other one should fall in, right?
Yeah, I think they should, but so yeah, number 1, Arachagor.
So number 1 is Arachagor.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, he is majestic.
The paint is just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And the sculpt is super cool. Like when you open that mouth, it just changes as it goes down. It gives it a completely different look. And it's just 2 pieces. That's just amazing to me. Noglin would be 2.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, there. Yeah. So you have to have him on there.
Zarya, I think, has to go on there too. She's the red demon chick.
Yeah.
And
down there.
Slog.
Ooh, yeah.
Slog. Number 4.
For 4? For 3?
For number 4. So
4.
Yeah. Marley, Slog, Zarya, Noglin,
and then
Arachagor.
Wow.
Those are good ones.
Cool.
Yeah, those are really good ones.
Ooh,
yeah, Arachagor, cool.
Dralian's going to take Zarya's spot. Sorry, Zarya.
Who?
Dralian.
Dralion.
The dragon.
The dragon bird. There you go. Exit stage left, baby.
He said she just got the freaking coat hanger.
She did, because I mean,
get out of here.
So good.
That is an amazing figure.
It is. It's the only bird I have left in one piece. Sorry, in 36 pieces.
Is that how many pieces they come apart in?
I don't know. I'm making that up.
They're definitely not 36.
No.
I don't think they're 36.
Turn it up way higher. Here we go. Here we go. I want your top 3 least favorite Legions figures. 3 to 1 and tell me why.
Any of the gladiators.
Whoa!
No gladiators?
The Coliseum is not welcome.
So basically, anybody with bare thighs, you're not cool with.
No, I'm okay with the bare thigh. It's the
okay.
It's the I do actually love the gladiator helmet, the crested helmet, but anything with no face, I have trouble with, where it's like,
so
in which I was thinking about this and I was like, man, you are so anti-Legion, like that's the whole point, right? Is you're supposed to be able to buy 12 of these things and they'll look cool lined up together as a Legion, and it's just not what I do. If I had a different house set up, then maybe that is what I would do, but
gotcha.
Yeah, so I was looking at, I don't know their names. I'm not good with them. The red one. And then I know there's the black one.
Oh, that's
Vitus. Oh, the Mercurians. Oh, Vitus is so good.
And then there's and he's good, and he's still in one. Like I haven't torn him apart yet, so he's
there's that
doing okay. But
look, there's that.
But yeah, they're just see now I'm looking. I'm like he's kind of cool. That's the problem. Like
that is the problem. That's
there's no real big bummer with any of
no. That's what's great about this question, and
yeah, and I like even with I would say Thrace because I broke her and it seemed pretty easy to do.
Okay.
The Thrace knee issue. But
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I do remember.
But that figure, if you treat it properly, is a slam dunk. You just have to give it the heat bath, and I just gave it like I stuck it in front of a heater for a half an hour. Like it was in front of a heater for a half an hour, but it still was not. You have to give it the bath.
Yeah,
and if you feel that resistance, you have to stop. You don't have to go, oh no, I think I can get it on this next push.
Yeah, and that's where anytime I've broken anything, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna break that paint loose. And now I've actually taken my X-Acto knife and gone through there and kind of cut some of that paint out a little bit to help if I see it. If I see some flag or some little bit of overlay or something, but
so yeah, I think that. And then there's just some in the earlier waves that I haven't cared about to pick up, but nothing specific.
Huh. Okay.
Sorry. That is I got burnt on that one. Did not have a good answer for that.
Well, that's
the material take.
If the Horsemen would make a tribute figure in Nate Amstrong's honor, what would the figure look like? What parts would be used? What race?
I think you have vampire maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Suck the energy out of society. I have no idea. I think that we probably go with like because this is mythos, right? This is not real life. So in mythos, I am
whatever you want.
So I think it would be like bare torso, muscular arm, maybe even like brute scale arms on a 1.0 torso. Because I've always fancied myself as having large pectoral muscles, but now they're just and I think you got to go with one of the old wizard heads. But I'd love a trim on the beard, a
little shorter beard.
Like, you can't, out of the ones that exist, there's not a head that really screams me.
Jesus, keep talking, Nate. show that chest and arms. That's right. You got to get the pound, baby. You got to feel the pound.
God, I wish I was still strong.
Well, they would have to give you brute arms on your 1.0 body because you are Armstrong. Yes, baby. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to be a Jaguarian, so maybe we could go that route. Now, you brought the cat in and it got my head going.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Which tribute figure is your favorite? Broder of Bjorngar or Bear Caspar?
I mean, he already said he loves Skeleton.
The Crypt Breaker too.
Yeah.
This is important here, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be the scapular for just like this fits in my collection.
Oh, there it is.
But the Broder has some really cool parts for becoming other things. So That
oh yeah, he's got so much stuff on him.
As is the scapular is my preferred figure, but for tearing apart,
it would be Broder.
Yeah.
I think we tied on that one, dude.
Putting me up for a second.
I mean, if that's any consolation, that means I'm going to be buying more Broders than I am.
Yes. Well, they are a little cheaper. They are a little cheaper. I always put that play.
And again, they're going to be torn apart and turned into something else.
Imagine what you could do with those wonderful titty pauldrons.
Yeah.
What kind of customs you could make. Imagine if you had those titty pauldrons, how busty Velma could have been.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Because you could have cut those off, just pegged them on, painted them, made it look, formed.
You could have Exacto knifed those babies.
Look, there are other characters with large breasts that will probably feature in my future. So,
you could actually
make a list.
A mythic Madonna with his pauldrons. You cut that circle. I think it's.
Dude! I mean, those are definitely some Vogue Madonna.
Legions Con 2026. We need a Madonna.
Madonna. I love Madonna.
Prince.
Prince. I would love to see you do the Dave Chappelle Prince. That would be cool.
Okay.
Brad,
or do Prince, but then have the alternate head, the Dave Chappelle head.
I always feel bad for my alternate heads. They just sit there doing nothing.
You need the little NECA stands so you can mount the little heads next to the person and be like, oh, look, here it is.
I do need something. I always have these grand ideas like that I'm going to change my display midway through the convention. And it just doesn't happen.
I think since we both won the tribute figure question, I think Arnold needs to give Nate a knighting. What do you think?
Yeah.
God,
Daniel.
I'm going
to give you a double knight. You're going to give me a double knight, Nate.
Well, hold on. You've never double knighted as once before.
I have never double knighted right off the bat. Right off the bat, you get double knighted. This is for growing all that good stuff at the con and giving it to everybody. This is for all your amazing stuff that you do. This is look. You're going to get the 3. He gets.
Don't
3, Daniel. 3. That's right.
What is his sword called? Does it have a special name?
This is the Athelonian. This is the Athelonian sword. I used to say it was my daddy's sword, but remember my daddy's sword is the one that the guy broke and I had to put it back together. This is the one I stole from the cave when I was looking for Crom.
Crom has blessed the sword. Wow.
Crom has blessed me with my sword. Thank you. Titty pauldrons. That is right.
David, you have to say it 5 times.
Oh, hold up. I got it.
Great. Titties. It's with a D.
Oh, yeah. Titties. You can say titties, but I say titties.
Okay, Nate. Ooh. What do you have behind you? Can you show us your lair? Do you have that?
Yeah, so I thought maybe I would clean up, but I did not do that.
Natural.
This is natural. This is all my.
Hey, Rob Zamora has a question. He says, so apparently Justin Bieber is not his real name. It's a stage name. His real name is Justin Pipe Martinez Armstrong. Are you guys related?
What? Is that serious?
I don't even know if that's real, but I love it.
Okay.
I don't believe I am related to any of the famous Armstrongs, which is a bummer.
Oh, man. Neil would be cool.
Neil would be, I mean, yeah. I mean, I always want to go to the moon. So the figures that I do have out are up there. Not that many. Got a few cosmic out here, but they're typically have like one of my heads or something on them. And then over in those drawers are all the customs I'm working on. And they're all in little boxes like this, ready to go and stay organized. And that is my studio. And then down in the basement, I have
Transformers.
A lot of Transformers. The 4 horsemen are in a case with their horses. And my trolls are down there.
Trolls?
Trolls?
You keep the trolls in the basement, and it's perfect.
And David said you have to have a Stretch Armstrong down there.
I don't.
Wow.
Stretch Armstrong.
Hey, bub. Oh, no. You have no clothes on. No.
Just a head. Yeah, like just a head.
My daughter wanted to say hi.
His little eyes like, huh?
What is Dad doing in here?
I know, he's like, ooh, he's talking to these bald guys.
So we're gonna have the chat throw out questions to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, if you have a question for Nate, hit him up here in the chat. But I get to ask the very first question. Not like I've been doing it all night, but I'm going to ask one more. And that is, what toy lines when you were young, and obviously one is Transformers, had the most impact on you, most influence?
Constructs and Transformers. Yeah, and I collected. I could have He-Man. So my dad's rule was no war toys, right? So I was not allowed G.I. Joe. But because Transformers had the puzzle component, they were fine. He-Man was such fantasy war with like lasers and swords, and no one ever really got hurt. Fine, but their opinion was that G.I. Joe, the only thing it did was promote war. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, Cobra was a dirty mother.
Yeah. But and I think, you know, in the end, their method did encourage me to spend more time outside doing other stuff. So I think it worked. I think it was helpful. Oh, we were talking about this in one of the other chats. We were trying to figure out what our favorite lines were from the 80s. And I said jackknife. And everybody's like, what? I was like, yeah, you take your jackknife, you go out in the woods and you find a piece of wood and you turn it into a totem. Jackknife, you know, like that was poor kid in Maine, you know?
So what would you say your favorite cartoon was as a kid that you watched? Was it Transformers or was it something else?
Yeah, it was Transformers. I watched, you know, I think when you got up the syndicated shows right before school, if I got up at 5 a.m. or 5:30, I could sit there and watch Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Thundercats, and then off to school. So
cats. Nate, do you have pets?
I have 3 cats now. We did have one cat, a very old cat, and 2 strays decided that they were our cats. So they just started coming in. Like,
yep, you're the humans now.
Yep. They just started coming in. So I named one of them Marcus. I don't know if you've ever seen About a Boy.
It sounds familiar.
Hugh Grant movie, I think.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And the kid Marcus just keeps coming over uninvited. So I named one of them Marcus.
Nice.
Marcus.
So yes, I have pets. I love animals. My parents had pigs and chickens and turkeys and goats. We had dogs, cats.
Poppy and branch trolls. Huh? Poppy and branch trolls?
Don't know what those are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me either.
Maybe
Rob, expand on that.
Yeah, feel free to shoot me a
Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh, Greg, you better be smoking that meat, baby. Need that meat. This guy pulled out huge bags of jerky at the freaking con.
Oh, yes.
Nate, your toy room is engulfed in flames. I hope not ever, but hypothetically, mythical flames. You can only save one item from your collection. What is it and why?
Oh,
I know he's like, Jesus,
man.
He's thinking of the horror. Like, no.
I am. It would be a fresh start, right? Like, you'd get to reprioritize and figure out what was really important in your life. Shit. I guess MP10, which would be the second Optimus Prime masterpiece they made. Maybe MP44, which is the third masterpiece Optimus Prime they made.
And
so
they made different. What is that? What is the original one called? I think I have that down in my action.
Like an original 1984 G1 Generation 1 Optimus Prime.
Yeah, like no masterpiece.
The big one, the big
one,
kind of wobbly, very heavy. That is MPO1.
That's the one I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a nice chunky little beast. Like,
yep.
What is your dream figure obscure release? That's a good one, David. It's a good one. I mean, Mike wants Bigfoot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sasquatch.
Or Sasquatch. Ohio Grassman.
I guess I'd like it would have to be like a 3-pack or something, but like little green men.
Oh, Martians.
You know? So like an entirely new build maybe the gnome build or whatever that is potentially being worked on.
A halfling type of green men type thing.
Yeah. Real skinny, but like little green men, like Martians, you know?
Nice.
Okay, hold on. Another question for Nate from Rob. So it's been said that Lance Armstrong, that is more aerodynamic because he only has one nut. I should have pre-read this. Kind of how he won all those races.
Does he have only one nut?
Yeah.
Where do people come up with this? I wouldn't even know this shit.
So he had testicular cancer. So yeah. I have had testicular torsion twice, and there is a good chance that you lose your nut when you get that.
Is that where it gets turned?
Yeah, it's the most painful thing a human being can experience, and I'm including childbirth.
You had it twice?
Yeah.
How do they undo it? Do they just take it?
Well, time will undo it if it's not twisted in the wrong way. But yeah.
How did
I did not become more aerodynamic by almost losing a nut.
Oh my goodness! I don't even want to think about that.
There's a lot of limping involved.
I still felt bad for Lance Armstrong, though.
Okay, hold on. How long's the recovery from this? Ball syndrome.
The first time it was a long recovery because I didn't realize what was going on, and I just kept doing it to myself. Every day I would get on my bike and ride to work, and around 2:00 it would just hit me. The pain would be excruciating, and then by the time I had to go home, it was kind of gone. So I'd get back on my bike and ride home.
You're just torturing yourself at that point.
Not smart in my mid-20s, you know?
Did they say how it happens?
They didn't, but they recommend like, oh, change your seat, blah, blah, blah. But from my self-diagnosis, I was under the impression that I was pulling my hamstring and then my groin would start to do the work for the hamstring. And then as I was pulling that as well, like it just kept going up and pulling things in the wrong direction.
If that could just happen, just to happen. Oh
yeah.
my God.
I mean,
horrible.
Stretch. Okay. What's that zombie movie where he's like, do your calisthenics before you go out to fight zombies? Because you got to stretch. Rule number 37, stretch.
Was that, is it Zombieland?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah.
Greg Matavich just confirmed jerky.
Oh, yeah.
For 2025, baby.
Jerky shower.
Taking with you out at the fire pit.
He has the meats.
Nice.
Guys like Arby's, man.
Back on the table, boy.
Yes,
questions that are not about testicles.
Yes, no testicles.
Yeah, no testicles.
MPO1 is what Stote's saying. Yeah, the one I have. That thing's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Chunky monkey.
I couldn't take him out of the package. He's so beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is the one thing? It's not here yet, but I'd save that dragon if it was here.
I got.
Yeah. Did he? How much did they say the dragon weighs? 30 pounds?
30.
It's like 30 or 34 pounds.
Yeah, probably.
Now that's just the dragon itself, or is that the packaging?
I think it's
the
I think
both
it's all of it. I think it's all of those boxes.
I'm just trying to think if 30 pounds is. I'm gonna have to test this out on my flag. Got to make sure that's proper weight.
Oh, you'll be able to put the dragon on that flag.
Yeah. I think he'll be distributed properly.
Yeah, I have fantasies of
35 pounds
on the roof.
Yeah. I mean, you could anchor him. Just find a couple.
Yeah, I just think it'd be really cool to put like a bunch of knights running up the roof to go attack this thing. And
yeah.
My neighbors, if they got their binoculars out, could see this epic fight.
You know what we need? We need you to make a G.I. Joe tribute Mythic Legion figure to what's the sailor dude?
Shipwreck.
We have 100 of them. Shipwreck. And then put him fighting the dragon. Oh man.
Team lift to avoid a dragon hernia.
Yeah.
Have you ate a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Did I miss one? Hold on.
Eaten a Rocky
Mountain oyster?
Oh, even
Is that
I think it's a euphemism.
Are those buffalo balls?
Yeah, I think those are buffalo balls. I think it's somebody's nuts.
Well, that's from what is it? It's from the movie Funny Farm. Remember?
We were talking about balls. That's right.
And he's eating those balls or whatever, and the guy goes, "And a new record."
Yeah.
Guy said whatever he said. He goes, "I've never seen anybody eat so many buffalo balls," and he spits it out. I think he puts the record back.
Was that The Great Outdoors?
No, it was Funny Farm, if I remember.
Okay.
Like whenever I go to a new place, whatever the local delicacy is, I will try that.
They are from a sheep, I believe. Yeah. They're actually sheep balls, but yeah. Stoke says Funny Farm.
Well,
great movies. You've never seen it.
Wants to hear your Arnold impersonation. So let's do this. Let's think of some. Okay, we have dueling Arnolds here. You both have just went into the strip club. You sat down. Before your lap dances are about to begin, go ahead. Let's go Brad and then Nate. Boom. The scene is set.
Come over here, little honey. I have some dollar bills. I want to shove in your little G-strings. But if you could bring the one little Mexican lady over there that looks like my maid that I used to sleep with and had the little fornication with. Bring her over to the table, please. But anyway, I need drinks. I'm thirsty. And here's my friend Broder. He's a kick-ass guy. He's with the Mythic Legion's Lair. And I'm with my friend Nate Amstrong. He's kick-ass too. Yes, Nate. Did you know?
I only came in here because I thought maybe they would. Oh, this is terrible.
This is not terrible. You keep it down. Keep it going.
Can't even do this. I came in here for the wings, and yeah, now I've got all these titties. If you get up early in the morning, you could maybe work out for a little bit, and those titties would be smaller, less
You got the
flappy.
pump. Yeah, you got the pump, baby. Get the pumping going.
You got to. I don't know.
Nice. I think Greg got his fill there.
Yeah, I think that's what you get on that one. If I could watch a little Arnold in action, maybe it could be better, but
David, you come for the wings. You stay for the titties.
The titties. Come for the figures, stay for the community.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my God. That was fantastic, he says.
Now, can you do anyone other than Arnold? Like, can you do like a Gomer? Because that's
Gomer Pyle? USS.
Surprise! You gotta stick your voice up really high like this. You go, hey there, Punky, what you want to do today? Stuff like that.
That's good. I like that. Dude, remember Chris James has some pretty good
oh my God, he did Mickey, he did Elmo.
Blade bread. Oh yeah. I had some of the French fried potatoes. Mm-hmm.
He's like, I said, can you do anybody else? And he goes, in an Elmo voice, he goes, I like titties too.
Elmo likes titties too.
Oh my
I
God.
like to do Liam Neeson. I have particular skills. Skills that will hunt you down.
Liam Neeson. Yes.
no.
Oh my.
To come for the wings, stay for the titty. I'm gonna remember that all night.
Need a shirt of that.
I need a shirt for that.
Or stay for the titties. That's a new shirt idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Gosh. Shoot. I think we're at the 2-hour mark almost.
That was great. Oh my God.
I think the family's about to implode. So if that's the case, I think we're okay.
Next week we do have Arthur Zoran.
Yes, I'll put a banner up.
2 weeks from now.
Yes, 2 weeks from now we have June 10th, 7 o'clock, season 4, episode 12. Guest will be Arthur Zorn, who was in the back, he was in the last row.
Yeah.
But his stuff is amazing.
He his eye work is really, 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 really good. And the number of layers that he's employing to do little tiny itty bitty eyeballs is just, it's insane. It's admirable. And I don't know. I wish I could do it. Wish I could do what he does with those.
He's we were just talking about him earlier in the show. So we're gonna check this stuff out 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
Good dude.
He's a good example of, when I said, I have these fantasies about changing my display out midway. He's doing that constantly throughout the show. Like you stop by 30 minutes later, it's going to be different stuff out on the table. It's really cool.
No, I definitely digged his stuff. I remember walking by and seeing it and being like, this is like I almost felt like he should be closer up with, some other
and I don't know how much, because Eric Miller's, kind of far back there too. Like, I don't think the positioning of the tables really means more than
but it's cool that I kind of liked it because it gives you some space, you know. It sucks when they have Eric Miller right next to Noah Pratt, because I mean they're big hitters, so I mean they're all that first row's all big hitters. So sometimes I wonder if Jeremy should mix it up and like put some of the like sporadic them like here and there and everywhere, so it's just not the big names the front 2 rows, but a little bit of everything.
I think the names are getting bigger and smaller and more like I'm sorry, walking around that show everywhere you go, I'm seeing something new and cool that I wouldn't have thought of doing, and that isn't in my wheelhouse. And so it's just like, yes, there are some people who are really good at the tributes or blah blah, but like everyone's got their thing. Everyone's got their niche.
Everybody's kind of got their own little thing. That's kind of cool to go around and see everybody's little niche of what they do. I mean, somebody might just do some people just do dios. Like they're like, I don't even care about figures. Like I just want to do dios for these figures.
Yep.
And that's cool, So it's
amazing. Last year I did a couple of tributes for Charles Swearingen, and he had he does all those flame effects.
Yeah.
Geek Spot, like just filling a hole. No one else is doing that. Flame effects.
I think he was like a booth or 2 down from Arthas.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was back row too. And it's just like
he was close to us because we were in the back row because we're nobody.
You know what I missed out on? Not last year's Legion's Con, the year before. They had wine bottle corks.
Yes, that back row did, yeah.
Yes, and I was gonna buy them, and I walked away, and I never went back.
I've got one.
We had them last year.
They had a Malleus.
Oh, yeah, because that's right.
No, they weren't there last year, whoever was
selling. I feel like maybe they were, but in that other, there was another row that went around the back hallway that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
And I swear I thought I saw them, but I think that's an item that does sell out quick because I don't think he has a lot.
Yeah.
If you guys see them this year, let me know immediately. And
I just want to say somebody did a post on the Cabal a while back, though. Maybe selling them or something possibly. But yeah, I think that they should be there again because it's a big hit.
Yeah. So and I've got one. I'd love to have a couple more just to mix it up.
Yeah. Which one do you have, Nate?
It's a Knight.
Nice.
I'm sure.
Gorgas wine topper.
Yep. I'm sure it is a specific one, but again, names.
Guys, we are like 5 episodes away from the Lair's 100th episode. Can you believe that?
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
How close though, Mike? Are we? We closing in?
Yeah, we're about 5 episodes away. Cool. Early August is when we'll have the 100th. Actually, August 12th is going to be the 100th episode. And what we're going to do is another video thing where we ask people, we'll reach out to whoever wants to make videos, and we will play them on here because that was such a fun show at 50.
So it sounds like the toppers were in the Armory experience room.
Yeah. So that is correct. That actually brings it back now because that was the thing. Like you go in, you're seeing these Armory parts, and that's all I could see. It was just like this huge choice.
I totally missed it.
Yeah, because Motu Joe's in there with Russ and cosplayers, Rebecca and John were.
You had the video game. You had
the video game was over there too. That's right.
You had D13. You had Nate.
Man,
so
maybe I won't display this year. Like it'd be kind of fun to just go to a con, walk around.
That's what we're doing.
No more. Now, I'm not. We said this in another chat. Who was it? He Jessam, and he's like, "Yeah, I almost feel like not having a table." I'm not encouraging anyone to get rid of your table. I'm just saying this is what me and Mike are doing. Okay. I don't want them to be like, I'm not getting no more tables. I'll listen to on the Legion's Lair. Screw them.
Walk into an empty hall.
I'll be like, no, I did not say that. But
we needed to go back to 2021 because we had such a fun time just being fans.
Yes.
Going around there.
Yeah. We got to kind of experience it a little bit last year because, like I said, I was never able to get away for a 3-hour live. I did for the Cabal. I wouldn't have been able to do that because we'd just be sitting at our table for like 12 hours, it seems like.
Yeah.
And it's hard to break away. So it was fun doing that. And I think we got a little itch to kind of be like, wow, we had so much fun not being at our table, seeing everybody else's stuff. We're not customizers. I mean, we're there for our show and we put other people's stuff on our table as well. But me and Mike agreed to give it up to somebody who is deserving and needs to be in that room. And there were people out in the hallway that were way cooler and nicer customizing stuff than what we had on our table. So we would like to see somebody else get that spot.
Kind of you.
Yeah. Well, and then we get to be fans again, so me and Mike get to walk around and enjoy and see everybody's stuff, and we don't have to worry about our table or waking up early in the morning and doing that. We can eat breakfast and
get
just
lunch, have a beer,
whatever. Now, here's the thing. If me and Mike aren't going to be at the table, anybody who has a table needs us to relieve them, needs us to bring them something. That's what we're there for.
So, grab us.
I had people bringing me hot tea, BK. I might losing my voice. So somebody brought me honey and hot tea. People brought me things. So it was, I will return the favor. That's for sure. Anything else before we go?
That's it on my end. Nate, do you want to give us any I mean, you already showed us a few things, but are there any other surprise announcements for you and Pat's table at Legion's Con?
I am working on a few things that I won't talk about yet because heaven forbid they don't get done. But yeah, bigger showpieces is where I'm headed. Right. Like I'm kind of a jerk in that I don't just make one thing and say, here's this one thing, you may purchase this. I make a set of something. It's like you can have all 7 of these or nothing at all. And otherwise I will feel compelled to remake the thing that you just bought so that I have the whole set so that I can. So making more Transformers. I want all of season 1 done. Of the Autobots. So I've got a few more of those to make. I do want to plug real quick the Maryland Toy Show, which I believe is on the 14th, 15th, might be 15th, 16th of June, mixing up my weekend days. But it's an amazing show. Oh, it's only a 1-day show. That was the other thing that made it amazing. Is I think it's just Saturday. I'm making this up. Doesn't matter. It's in a couple of weeks. It's in Maryland, and I unfortunately can't be there myself because I'm going to Maine and had a made a bad scheduling choice. But we are going to be giving away at the Wolf King Customs table a slog test shot.
Is this it here?
That's the one. June 14th. Thank you. And I didn't talk to Len about promoting this yet, so I hope I didn't just blow up.
No, we'll just put it up a little something.
But that is a thing that we're going to be doing at the table to just promote customizing in general. So stop by the Wolf King Customs table, say hello, and maybe win yourself a test shot slog.
Nice. That's a nice piece.
Nice. Cool.
Hefty piece.
Well, man, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a nice hangout.
Hell yeah, it has.
I wish you guys were actually here in my messy little studio.
Yeah. We'll hang out in the green room real quick. We'll say goodbye to everybody, and then I guess 2 weeks from now we'll see you until then.
Yeah, I think you're done. Peace, guys.
Everybody.